Hey guys, Metallic here, and welcome to the first episode of my Let's Play series. In this first episode, we are going to construct our starter base, find ourselves a spawner later in the video. Oh my god, it is! And also discover our first diamonds of the series.
Guys, we found our first diamonds, but they're down there. This is kind of an issue.
Yeah, those diamonds were pretty tough to retrieve. But anyway, as you can see, I'm flying over some land, and this is actually where I'm going to build my starter base, which we can definitely expand on, making a whole entire city or some form of farmland and all sorts of stuff that I'm really excited to plan out and start building. Oh yeah, and one last thing, make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn those notifications on because you're not going to want to miss out on any of these episodes. Anyway guys, with all that being said, let's jump into the video.
Alright guys, so here are the settings that I'm going to put on the world. We're just going to put on coordinates so we can keep track of where we are. And then also show days played and fire spread off. And then here is the world seed up at the top here if you guys want to use it. And we are going to name this world Minecraft Survive, or that probably won't fit. So we're going to do Minecraft Let's Play. There we go. Alright, here we go guys. Let's load it up. Alright, here we are. Ooh, okay, this is a good start. Alright, we got a ton of hills and mountains and stuff. So I already searched for a few seeds and tried to find a good seed that had all the stuff that I needed nearby. And I mean, it's not like a 500 block distance away nearby, but it's pretty close by. Of some biomes that I'm going to end up needing resources from and all that. So we're just going to chop down our first trees and get ourselves some wooden and stone materials. Looks like we got ourselves our first cow here, so let's just murder you. Anyway. That was kind of weird. Anyway, let's go move on to this cave over here. See what we can find. Slaughter a few more sheep so we can get a little bit more prepared for nighttime. Don't want to not be going to sleep tonight. For sure. Always got to sleep through the first night. Seems like this is a decent cave. We're just gonna have to go to the lake part that's dripping all this water here so that we can safely get down from here. There we go. It's kind of hard to see the water, especially when the sun is shining on it, because it literally looks invisible, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well, I'm going to mine up some of this coal and iron and stuff, and we're going to see how much we end up getting out of this, and then we're going to go try to look for a few biomes, or even try to find ourselves our very first village. So, why don't we get to it? Alright guys, so we did end up getting a lot of iron from there. We got 40 iron. I didn't end up getting much coal because all the coal bits were in darker spots, so it was kind of hard to reach them without getting shot by a skeleton or anything, so I just ended up getting 13, but I am gonna have to craft myself a bed here, so kill a few more animals so we can get all the materials that we need, aka wool. Alright, so we got enough. Let's hurry up and craft this up. Oh no. Taking too long, taking too long. Alright, we're good. First night, made it through. Alright. Without dying. So, pretty happy about that. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna head towards this direction because it kind of seems like the elevation and everything is a little bit higher. As you can see, there's a little bit of something going on here. So, I'm gonna explore this area because I do want the place where I have my house and everything to be a little bit elevated, almost like, you know, if there's like a valley or mountains, a nice view for the really cool start house I'm going to build, which is a little bit of a medieval style. So I can't wait for you guys to see it, which You guys probably already saw it because it's in the thumbnail. But let's actually smelt up a little bit of food beforehand because we don't want to go starving. Let's actually make ourselves a smoker because might as well just make this a little bit faster. And then let's also craft ourselves a furnace so that we can get some of this iron smelted up and ready to go so that we can get ourselves some good old armor and tools. This is probably going to take a while since we only got one furnace, so let's speed things up a little bit. I'll see you guys in just a little bit with full iron armor. Alright guys, so we got ourselves fully decked out in iron armor, and let's go actually make ourselves a boat real quick, and let's go check out that area. Dang, the shield kind of blocks a lot of the view here. I'm gonna just go in third person. Alright, that helps out a lot. Let's see. We got ourselves some sugarcane right here, so we can pick that up. Start ourselves a little bit of sugarcane farm. Alright, let's continue on here, trying to search for a little bit of a place to call home here. Seems like we ran into a jungle here. Oh, we got ourselves a few parrots. We have to tame one of these guys. Definitely want to get a parrot. One of the reasons I really like parrots is especially the fact that they always like tell you if there's like a certain mob nearby. I think that's like such a cool little feature because they are a bit of a copycat in real life, so. And this guy's really stubborn. I'm gonna have to sleep through the night. It's taking too long. Oh, don't go down there, bro. Don't do that. Do not do that, bro. Please. He did it anyway. Okay. What are you doing? You're going towards the sound. Why are you going towards them? There we go. Alright, we got him tamed. Immediately hopped off. Okay, how are we gonna get out of this pit? I'm gonna have to dig our way out. Buddy, where are you going? Come over here. This guy just does not want to follow me, huh? Alright, well, I might as well, since we're in the jungle, pick up a few saplings, because might as well. And also, probably would be a good choice to also pick up a few bamboo, if I could find some, and some cocoa beans. I think I just saw some, yeah, over there. There's some watermelon there, but that's not necessarily a great food source. What is going on? Does every single... My parrot's broken. Every single time I take a step. Oh my god. What is going on? He is losing it. What the heck is this bug? Yeah, I'm not putting you on my shoulder ever again, bro. What the heck was that? He's still doing it. I mean, he was just normally flapping his wings, but he's like chaotically just like that. Now, this is a pretty weird bug. That's something else. All right. Well, we may get the Three Musketeers here in a second, because I did see that I could craft myself a saddle earlier when I was crafting up all my tools and everything. So if I find myself a horse, I might tame it so we can try to find ourselves a bit of house location. So honestly, if we find a horse, I'll cut to that, and then if we don't find one, well then, we ended up finding a place for home. So guys, hopefully we do end up finding a horse, because that would just make things so much more easier. So, I'll see you guys, hopefully with a horse.
So remember how I said earlier I gathered jungle tree saplings? Well, I didn't actually get any saplings. All I did was get the wood, and also I forgot the cocoa beans. So I went back in the jungle and did that and literally got completely distracted and did not even craft myself a saddle. And honestly, I think I actually forgot to even look for a horse. But I did come across a wolf here, which sadly I didn't have any bones for. But as I kept on exploring, I ended up finding the perfect spot to construct my starter base.
Well, I think I found the place I want to stay. Definitely right over there. I think there may be something else. Yeah, because there's a little bit of a mountain there. I think that's the view that I want. So we're gonna take a little snooze here while my freaking parrot goes absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. I don't understand what the heck is going on with the freaking bird, bro. It's so insane. Oh. Okay. Well, before we go to bed, might as well check out this ruined portal. Didn't realize it was here. Okay, we got ourselves a helmet and some horse armor. I mean, I might as well take the horse armor. And now we got everything. I honestly don't even need that helmet. I don't even know I picked it up, but take a snooze and let's head over. Oh God, to the new spot. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Now if you saw there was actually a spruce forest just to the right of the house location. So I went there to gather that up because that's one of the main materials that I'm going to need for the starter house. And also, there was a pale garden over there too, which I think I forgot to show you guys, but it literally was like 50 blocks away from the spruce forest, so it's pretty nearby. Also, I popped by this birch forest to pick up some of their flowers for some nice flower beds that will be implemented into this build.
Alright guys, so I did end up finding some horses on the way to the house location, so I might as well craft up ourselves a saddle to help our situation of traveling like 1,000 blocks. So it's wow. This guy's insanely fast. Well, this guy's really stubborn, huh? 2,000 years. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was about to say, man, this guy's insanely stubborn. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Not a good jumper, huh? Can we at least do 2 blocks? Like, please. Please. Oh my gosh, you can't even do 2 blocks. Well, I guess this guy is just gonna be it for the time being. You know, it is what it is. He's fast, so he'll be able to get there to the new house location for the starter house pretty quickly. Alright, well, I think this is actually a spot I want to take here for the house. It's pretty centered, and we got a nice valley going on with sunset over here, and we also got the surrounding mountains. So I think this is actually a pretty good spot to call home. So we're gonna end up removing this oak tree here, flattening out some of this terrain, place down a few chests, and probably look for a village somewhere off in the distance so that we can at least get our bearings around the place. So let me take a quick snooze real quick.
Alright, we are terraforming some of this area that we are going to be building on and making it a bit more flat, like I just said literally 2 seconds ago. And obviously this is so that we can fit the house on the plot of land. So with a quick snap of my fingers, let's finish this up.
Alright guys, so we got ourselves a little bit of base of operations here. Just some simple basic stuff like furnace, smoker, bed, chest. Put all my items away. I got myself some spruce trees growing here, ready to chop down when I get back from searching for a village. And then I also got myself a little bit of sugarcane to start growing so we can get ourselves that level 30 enchantment book setup. So we got all that going, so now I think it's probably time to head out with the horse and try and figure out where the heck the village is. So I'm gonna go this way and see if we can find one. Finally. Thank God. haven't looked for a village for like the past like 20 minutes. It is a bit of ways from the house, but it'll have to do. So let's see what this place has to offer. We got a few cattle in here, right? Well, I'm just gonna completely go ham on them. Let's put our good old steed in there for now. This is you. I'm gonna see real quick actually, because that guy's just temporary. He's not the best horse, so I'm gonna see real quick actually. Are you better? Are you better speed? Are you better jumper? Definitely better jumper. Not as fast. Probably just as fast as like probably a little bit faster than sprinting. I'm gonna see if this guy actually may be faster. Let's see. Alright, let's see. He's definitely fast. Okay, I think he at least has 2 blocks. I think this is at least 2 blocks. Okay, yeah, it is. Alright. Sorry about this, man, but you got a new home. I may be ditching you, but hey, I got a good new steed, so.
And so I ended up wandering around, no pun intended, and found a wandering trader who sold mangrove saplings. That would save a ton of time, so I harvested up all the hay bales around and turned them into wheat, traded with a villager, and got myself a bunch of emeralds to get that mangrove sapling. And now it's morning, so I decided to loot the village a little bit more and grab myself a blast furnace, and then also barricade some of the houses up with some dirt with the villagers inside, just in case they end up dying by some zombies, because we're gonna need these guys, and if they all die by zombies, well then how are we gonna make a villager trading hall? With that being said, let's head back to base.
Alright, and we are back at the home base here. The only issue is that getting my horse here in this little spot is kind of tricky, because pretty sure... Oh wait, no we can. Oh yeah, I don't know why. I forgot this little goofball could jump more than 2 blocks. So we're good. Before the horse can even do that. But anyway, let's chop down this giant oak tree and well actually, what the heck am I doing? What am I doing? What do I mean chopping down a whole entire oak tree? We need to get frickin' diamond tools and stuff right now. We're not going to be able to do all this, and plus, I'm going to need a lot of tough and deep slate and andesite and stone and everything to make this house possible, so I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm just going to have to actually do a little bit of food farming, or just a killing spree, which honestly, this is definitely enough. So I'm gonna plop this stuff in here. I'm just gonna probably eat the beef, because that's like the best food source other than pork chops. And I will take a little bit of wood. I mean, I don't need an insane amount or anything. Put away this blast furnace I could keep. Put away the bow. Well, actually, I could use that for a clutch. Don't need this. And I could use some leather, because I'm probably going to run into some spiders. And I can make some bundles along the way in the cave. And it seems like we can go to bed now, so let's go to sleep. Alright, well, steak is all prepped and done. Prepped? What the heck am I saying? Anyway, yeah, I think we should go try to find a cave. And actually, you know what? Looks like there's a promising one right there. So, doesn't seem like obviously we have much coal. I mean, I'll take that much. And I'll make some torches out of it. This will be enough for now. Alright, let's go over there and explore this cave. If you guys are a subscriber and have been watching me for a little while, I'm sure you probably know me from my hardcore series. And well, I just have been kind of burnt out lately from the hardcore series. It's kind of hard to come up with ideas that people are gonna like and stuff, and you know, it's pretty tough to you know, do what the community wants and everything. And also, like, I was just getting to the point where I was not having fun, and you know, like, I don't want to frickin' act out that I'm having like act instead of actually having fun, and fake laughs and this and that. You know, I don't want to do all that. So, you know, I just decided to start a new series because the stress level of, you know, just trying to figure out everything, what I need to do, and this and that, this is too much. So we started this world, and we're gonna probably play on this for a while until we get back onto the hardcore, unless you guys, you know, really are asking for it. But I was pretty inspired to do this whole entire medieval builds because, first of all, the coastal building style that I was doing in the hardcore world, it has a very limited like color palette. You can only really do like bright and neon type colors like bamboo, or contrasting colors like really strong contrast colors. So there is not many like color combinations that you could do compared to how many you can do with medieval building. And honestly, I kind of sway towards medieval building anyway. So, alright guys, so I think we finally got something promising going on. There seems to be a cave that goes down here, and also goes and dips down right here into a bigger room. So I think we're gonna search through this, see if we can find some iron, hopefully, because I literally have none. There we go, iron. Thank God. Yep, now we're getting somewhere. More iron is starting to appear. Yeah, a little bit of lava flow going on. Well, it's dead end. I think the plan is smelt up 3 pieces of iron, make myself a new pick. Possibly combine these 2 bows, and when I get some arrows, I'll be able to shoot back from the skeletons. Keep these bones. Keep the andesite. I'm gonna need that for the build. Alright, got this. Pickaxe. There we go. Okay. We're good. We're good. Good for now.
Alright, so I was in the mine literally trying to find diamonds for probably about 30 or 40 minutes, so to speed things up, why don't we just go through some chaotic highlights that ended up happening through this cave adventure. And obviously, we are going over me finding my first ever diamonds of this series.
Oh, okay. We got an iron sword. Wow! 2.5 hearts. Hey, you did give me a new one. Almost the same exact health as mine. Let's heal up my old one like that. There we go. And I just got shot. Explode. Come on, bro. Okay. Is this just like continuous skeleton spawning?
Yeah, it honestly really felt like it. I wonder if there was actually a spawner nearby, cause that would've sucked. Well anyway, here's where I find diamonds, and the only diamonds from this cave. Yeah, I did not have the best luck finding diamonds.
Guys, we found our first diamonds. But they're down there. This is kind of an issue. We got ourselves a drown too. I can barely see anything due to vibrant visuals, making me... Oh great, he has a trident. Okay. We got him, we got him. Okay. We're good, we're good. Alright. We just gotta hope and pray that that's the right spot where the diamonds are. Yep. okay. And go straight down again. Like this. So we can make an air bubble here. And then we're gonna have to fill that in. Oh my god, just the right amount. Let's go. Alright, let's get these diamonds. This is a very interesting way to get my first diamonds. Alright, here we go. Boom. Alright. Just 2. Well, at least I got diamonds.
I'm not wrong there because, 2 diamonds is definitely better than having no diamonds. Anyway, what you can see me doing here is mining up some deep slate because that is one of the resources that we're going to need for the starter base. And well, I think that concludes our mining trip, so why don't we head back up to the surface?
We barely made it out of there. I know I didn't end up recording it, but I ended up getting splashed by, a poison by a witch. Got down to a half heart. And yeah, it was not fun. Did not like that experience at all. Super scary. I really did not want to lose all my stuff. So yeah, that was an experience and a half. But now that we are out of this cave, let's go and try and find home. I think it is this way. It's like, the coordinates are like 490 or something like that. So let's go head home and finally possibly have enough resources. I highly doubt it. Actually, no, I definitely don't, because I actually have to gather some mud. Yeah, I'm gonna have to gather mud bricks. So we are gonna have to construct a wheat field before we even construct anything, because, well, we need wheat in order to make packed mud. Yeah, let's head home and craft ourselves some iron hose and do some farming.
And well, you're probably wondering, yeah, that's definitely not tilling the ground with your hoe and planting seeds. Well, I actually already planted all the seeds and everything. I just have to now gather up all the wood and everything that we need to construct this starter house, so I chopped down a few spruce trees and oak trees. Not only that, but I had to make that mud, so I had to do this very tedious way using a water bottle and placing walls of dirt and turning them into mud. Yeah, it was a very long hour, aka 2 30-minute podcasts. Then I had to gather myself up some granite because that's actually going to be the texturing block for what the mud is used for, aka the roof.
Alright guys, so I think I ended up getting enough resources here. I got myself a ton of oak logs, spruce logs, birch logs, packed mud, deep slate, tough, cobblestone, which I eventually will smelt into stone. And also, I don't even know if I have enough cobblestone, to be honest, because the walls are going to be made out of stone. And also, there's going to be some stone brick involved, so yeah, there's a lot of stone. So I'm probably going to have to get more cobblestone, but I also got andesite, some granite, because I'm going to mix this together with some packed mud bricks. And yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know how many resources I'm going to need for the interior. That is the only question for me. I don't know anything about that, so we will find out. But I mean, I may end up not even being able to get the first bit of the interior done. I mean, I think I'll be able to get the first floor, the basement, done. I think that may end up just being it. I may not be able to finish the whole thing in this episode because it is a decently sized build, so we may have to finish the interior in a later episode, aka the next one. One thing I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna call the parrot that we found in the jungle, Flappy Bird. It only makes sense because this bug, every single time I walk when he's on my shoulder, he just keeps on flapping his wings. It only makes sense. Or maybe I name him something else. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments of naming the parrot Flappy Bird? If you guys have a better name suggestion down in the comments below. Anyway, with the sun on the horizon, why don't we start construction on the starter house?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Block by Block podcast. If you're new here, this is basically a short podcast that will just be me talking about whatever while I'm building. Now, I personally really love the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's when I actually first really started to get into older music. I literally probably have listened to the Guardians of the Galaxy music playlist every week, guaranteed. I love 80s and 70s music a lot, and especially the 80s because that's what I grew up with as a kid. Now, as you can see here, I'm doing all these little touches of detail and adding all of the crafting benches and everything that I'm going to need in this basement area, including barrels, smokers, cauldrons, and etc.
Well, guys, we got a decent amount of the house constructed here, and it's looking pretty nice. Well, obviously there's some unfinished parts here, but the interior of the first floor, or the basement you should call it, is done. There is minor details that I have to complete, but it's basically done. And also, we had an issue. If you can't tell by my inventory, yeah, that's the last spruce I got. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more resource gathering, because I underestimated how much spruce I'm gonna need, and I probably also underestimated how much oak and birch we're also gonna need, because these are also going to be the walls of the starter base here, and we are using a lot of it. So yeah, probably gonna have to do a little bit more of chopping trees down back over here. So I'm gonna get to deforestation. So I'll see you guys in just a few moments while we chop down a few trees.
2 hours later. And after a pretty long time of gathering resources, I got back to building, but there's one last thing I had to do before I went into full swing and completed the build. That thing is making a cow farm, because I needed a food source and I was kind of running low. And also we're going to need to be able to make a level 30 enchantment setup somehow, so I needed leather from these cows.
And we got a decent amount of the house done. A lot of progress has been put into this. We got the second story constructed, or at least the exterior, and the interior is mostly done on the first floor / basement of the starter house. We just some minor details that need to be done, and that is all finished. But one thing I need to grab is actually some acacia leaves, or not acacia leaves, sorry, azalea trees. They have a specific leaf that is like pretty bright, and I was going to have some azalea leaves wrap around the wall here of the starter base, and it would just add a cool pop of color to the build. And well, obviously there's no azalea trees here, so we're gonna have to go back to the jungle, which I'm gonna have to figure out which direction that is. But we're gonna have to go back to the jungle and try to find ourselves a lush cave, because, well, there is acacia, not acacia, I keep on saying acacia, azalea trees that do spawn in the jungle biome. So we're gonna have to look out for that. So I'll see you guys in the jungle, because we're gonna have to go tree hunting. That was close. Okay. Alright. We gotta find a little bit of a clearing or something. That may be a spawner. That would be good. Let's make a hole, and also probably make a little bit. Oh god, he's headless. Make a little bit of a tower, dirt tower here, to signify where he is. Alright, let's go down here. Hopefully I don't get hit off by a skeleton or any mob. Alright. Oh, that's looking trustworthy. Got some vines. There we go. Lush cave.
So I gathered up all the moss and azalea trees that I needed, and then I went back to the surface to start back up on construction on the starter base.
Alright guys, so we got ourselves the azalea trees and we made it out of that cave. So now what we're gonna have to do is get ourselves a little bit of bone meal. So we're gonna have to get some crops and stuff, because I think I only have, what, 6 bones to my name, so that may not be enough to grow an azalea tree. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can get kind of unlucky with how much bone meal you need, but I mean, I have 19, so I should be good. So let's grow an azalea tree. There we go. And all we're just gonna need is all of its leaves. That's literally what we needed it for. Because like I said earlier, we're just going to use the leaves to make a little bit of a cool vine that's going up the side of the wall of the starter base. Anyway, guys, why don't we get to placing and get back to work here. I'll see you guys when the house or the interior of the second floor is complete.
So I built the vine out of variations of leaves. I did spruce, the azalea leaves obviously, birch, and oak to give the vine a little bit more realism and shading. Also, I wanted this oak growth to spread to the other wall, so when I finished it on one side of the wall, I decided to go to the other side and place a few leaf blocks on the front of the house to make that vine feel a little bit more natural and not just have it on one wall, because it kinda seems really off if I did that. And yeah, I think it came out really nice. And anyway, let's head back into the interior here, placing down some archways. And then I went on a little bit of a side quest of killing some cows for enchantment table setup, and then also seeing how well this guy's trades were. And well, the wandering trader did not have anything good. So you're probably wondering why I'm talking to you right now. Well, that's because if I were to show you literally all the footage I just edited, that would come out to be 50 minutes long. So I had to cut out a few things for your guys' pleasure. But basically what I ended up doing was finishing the house and going to a dark oak forest because I wanted to do a little bit of detail inside. And then I made myself a cool pathway leading up to the starter base. Then I also bumped into a wandering trader who traded some dried grass, and well, I used that in the pathway. Oh yeah, and one last thing, I did end up finding a zombie spawner. I was just gonna go to another area that had some more dirt that I could dig up, and I think I just wandered upon a zombie spawner because literally all at once I just heard zombie spawn. Please tell me, dude. Oh my god, it is. So with that being said, sorry for the interruption, and let's get back onto the video.
Alright guys, we have complete the terraforming and made ourselves the pathway leading up to the house. And as you can see, that dry grass came in clutch because it really made things smooth in together with the grass and make this dry, pathway of dirt and everything really come together. And then I also used some just bone meal and moss and just grew the area with a little bit of moss to texture up some things. And yeah, I think this really came out really awesome. And also, as you can see, I also did a little bit of a bone mealing on that tree just to get a little bit of a foreground going on, a little bit of a something else in the picture frame here. But yeah, we finally got this done. I just got our good old steed back here. I think this is probably about time we put the diamond horse armor that we got from the dungeon or zombie spawner. Looking good, bro. Some diamond horse armor on. Hopefully it doesn't trample any of the crops. And we'll also move out of the little temporary base camp we got going on here. We'll move all that stuff up there in the storage room. But in the next episode, we will make ourselves an enchantment table. And also, I'm thinking that we make Flappy over here, Flappy Bird, a little bit of a like perch to sit on, like something like that. Maybe like outside or in the attic or something like that. We make a little perch for him to sit on, or even a bird cage, something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna make an enchantment table in the next episode. Go on a pretty big adventure in the caves. Grab ourselves some glowberries so we can make this place light up a little bit more in this room, because that was the plan, you know, have some glowberries in here. So we got a little bit of some cool natural, literally all natural greenery. Do you mind not stopping everything? My gosh, he's so loud. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're going to do next episode. We're going to try to find as many diamonds as we can. And then also, we're going to get the glowberries, as I just said. So yeah, pretty excited about that. And I'm really happy how the starter house came out. And I'm definitely really excited to continue with this medieval style and everything. And I'm going to definitely be making a lot of more builds around, and possibly next episode I think will just be more of a adventure in caving episode. We'll probably do some minor tweaks and stuff to the base, but maybe in episode 3 we end up building something like maybe the XP farm that we find over there or something like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to continue on with this series, and I hope you guys are too. And with all that being said, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new here. It really helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.